Hello, my name is Manfred and I will be talking you through this short presentation about the booking process at MyBank. I will be doing this in a more theoretical overview type of way, but there is a second screenshot video done by Graham, and he will give you all the details, all the clicks that you have to know about our Salesforce system. So he'll do the same again, but he's going to be much more practical about it. So let's get started with this. So the booking process at MyBank starts with the allocation of the programs. This is done by Meta Barker. She is our partnership manager and she is in touch with all the host organizations that we work with. So all the schools, all the out of school settings, youth clubs, leaving care teams, etc. She speaks with them about which is the best program for them to run, and she books in the dates. She then hands this file over to Graham. He is the education coordinator. He agrees much more of the details with the schools or with the other hosts. He sends out the briefing sheets to them. He enters all this data into Salesforce. So all the contact details, all the times, the delivery details, which program, when it runs, and most importantly, he also allocates the trainer to this delivery. So this is where you come in. He puts this trainer information into Salesforce, and Salesforce then sends out an invitation email to you if you are the allocated trainer for this delivery. You will then have to accept or reject this invitation within 48 hours. This is very important. So if you do not accept or reject that invitation, it will then be offered to someone else and you lose the right to do that delivery. It's important for us that this process is as quick as possible. So whenever you see an invitation to you, if you can immediately decide on whether you can do that delivery or not, please come back to us immediately. Because if you can't, then we'll have to look for someone else to do the delivery. So once you've done once you've accepted an invitation and you will be the trainer to deliver this particular booking, then you will get more details on the delivery, of course. That's at least a week before it happens. You'll get that also from Graham. On the day you go out, you do the delivery, you collect the data from the young people, you collect data from the teachers, the feedback, the M&E, as we refer to it, and you will have to enter all this into the Salesforce system. So you log back in again, and you enter the details, such as number of young people that attended, the comments that you got back from the teachers, the evaluation comments, etc. You will also have to enter enterprise data if you did an enterprise delivery, such as Back My Business or Enterprise in the Box. You also will have to send back the questionnaires. So you collected questionnaires at the end of the sessions from the young people, so you will have to send them back once a month, or you can also drop them off at the office, of course. You should do this by the 5th of every month. Once you've done that, you can send an invoice to me, and that invoice will get paid usually on the Friday after you sent it to me, but it's by the 15th at the latest that we pay you. But the condition for this is that you have entered all the data into Salesforce about all the sessions you delivered in that month, and also that we have received your questionnaires. So it's very important to keep these things always up to date. In the next slide, I will talk to you a little bit more about the system, the Salesforce system. So Salesforce is our CRM system, and by now you should have received an email with your login details where you can set your password and access the system. Graham will be talking you through the Salesforce system on a practical level in terms of looking at the system itself. This is giving you an overview of how it works and how it's set up. The Salesforce system consists of different objects. An object is, for instance, an account. In this example, it's Westminster College. It can be any of our host organizations. They are all in the system as accounts. You find information on there like the location, the type of organization it is, etc. And you will also find the contact details of the people that are important at that account for us. A further object that is very important to you is the delivery object. A delivery is one instance of a MyBank program being delivered. So, for instance, an enterprise in a box, or it could be a Money Twist, or it could be a MoneyWorks, etc. So each time Meta agrees a delivery, it is entered as one delivery into the system. Pre-delivery, entered by Graham, as mentioned before, is information like the expected number of young people, date, and further delivery details. This is the so-called pre-delivery state of the record. You will have to change that pre-delivery state into a different record type, which is then called post-delivery. Don't worry too much about it. This sounds very theoretical. It'll be very easy once you see it happening in action. In the post-delivery record, you have to enter the actual number of young peoples and any further notes about the delivery. A delivery consists of one or more sessions. So in the case of a Unidos, for instance, it's usually only one session. In the case of an enterprise, it can be it is 2 sessions. In the case of MoneyWorks, it's 3 sessions, and so on. It's different for the different programs, obviously. Again, there is pre-delivery details that are entered by Graham, that are entered here in the office, and there's post-delivery details that need to be entered by you. Another object in Salesforce is the assessment object. In here you will have to enter the quotes of the young people, and we do not enter all the quotes or everything that they say on their sheets. We just enter 3 positive ones and 3 constructive criticism ones for each of the deliveries, for each of the that we do. Also on there in the assessment object is the teacher feedback, which you need to enter. If your delivery is an enterprise, you will also have to access the enterprise object, and in here you enter the details of the types of businesses that the young people ran, how much loan they were given, what the profit was they made, etc. So if you run a business battle and there are 3 groups in there, you will have to enter the 3 businesses they started and ran, and the results that they had. So here you have it. These are 6 of the objects that you can find in Salesforce. But it is now important that you have a look at the other screenshot video that Graham put together that leads you, point by point, click by click through the system, and it'll become all much clearer, I'm sure. Thank you very much.